I mean, that's wrong, man. I mean, that's just like torturing someone. I mean, going in there and hurting someone is just not fair on Davis.
Jake Paul. Tank Davis.
I got Tank by Burger.
Size don't matter?
Hell no.
And people, it's funny how now they're saying size matters, Jake is big, when for so long it's been Tank would kill Jake Paul. Now you get to see if that's real.
Most boxing analysts believe Gervonta Davis will come out on top against Jake Paul, pointing to his unmatched experience and technical mastery as the deciding edge. While Jake holds a natural size advantage, former champion Paulie Malignaggi emphasized that Davis's proven dominance and decorated career make him a different breed altogether. He reminded fans that Davis's legacy isn't just about winning fights, it's about shaping the very landscape of the sport at its highest level.
I think Davis is more to lose because he's the bona fide world champion. I don't care if he's much smaller. I think Jake Paul has sort of plateaued as far as where his boxing is concerned. It's rather low level. He's big, he's physical, he's strong, he can hit. So there is that risk. Davis, at lightweight, you're in a moment where it's too physical for you. You can clinch. Against the heavyweight, where you clinching? You ain't getting out of that corner just clinching anymore if you run out of space. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. But Davis, listen, there's a lot of talking points that I'm sure we'll get into when this gets closer to the fight. Davis can still punch a lightweight, can drop a heavyweight. There's a lot to gain there, right? If Davis knocks,
the answer is yes.
If Davis drops Jake on his ass, as much as Davis is the one with more to lose, it's still a highlight moment.
A visual that will stay forever.
Yeah, but if you get dropped, even if you're smaller, you're still a world champion in multiple weight classes. If you get dropped, what's the look? What's the feel? On the inside, as boxers, me and Chris Algieri, the champion, even you, Jimmy, you have fight experience, so we know that the risk is a big guy that big hits you. You're probably going down if you're a small guy if he hits you clean. So we know the risk, but how does it look to the public eye who don't understand that? You know what I mean? The public. So there is a lot to lose, though. There's a bit to gain. I wouldn't necessarily have an issue with this had Davis's career arc been one that benefited boxing. Davis was manufactured and put into a position where he's supposed to benefit boxing, and I don't think he has. I think he's hurt boxing. So by giving him this reward, that's my problem. Why are we watching this? Why don't you make him earn his spot that he still hasn't earned?
Nissa Badarian, co-founder of Most Valuable Promotions and a key figure in Jake Paul's boxing journey, made bold remarks ahead of the Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul clash. She argued that Jake's size advantage holds little weight against a fighter of Davis's caliber. Nissa revealed that this fight wasn't a last-minute decision but had been in motion ever since Jake's proposed matchup with Canelo Alvarez fell apart. Her comments highlighted the careful planning and negotiations both camps have invested to balance entertainment with legacy. While critics suggest Jake's size could overwhelm a smaller opponent, Nissa dismissed the notion, insisting that skill, speed, and power always triumph over size. And Davis embodies all three at the highest level.
I got to ask you about the elephant in the room. What weight, Nikisa, what weight could they possibly be fighting at? The news broke, Jake and Tank are going to happen November 14th.
Whatever weight they want, man, they're talking about it, and whatever it is, there's going to be a definitive outcome. People can talk about pro, exhibition. We're going to make sure this is as real as it's real.
Why was it, just out of curiosity, why is it not a professional bout and why is it an exhibition? Because I'm sure Jake would have taken the professional bout.
Nothing's been communicated as yet in terms of what it is, right? Similar to, if you remember, with Paul Tyson, when we announced it, we didn't have the weight, we didn't have the rules, particularly in terms of the number of rounds, the minutes, the gloves. It's going to be the same thing here.
Gotcha. Can you just offer us any insight as to how these negotiations went? And the reason I ask is because I remember back in March, I was at Tank's fight, and after his fight in his press conference, he was asked, next opponent. He said, well, my next opponent might have been in my locker room tonight. And people asked him, was it Jake? He made reference, he made allusion to. Has this been an ongoing thing? And has it ever, been at a point where it wasn't going to happen and came back? Or is this always the plan?
Always been the plan for Jake to fight Tank once Canelo didn't happen. And to Tank's credit, he's a real bad dude, and he's been calling out Jake for 3 years. And people, it's funny how now they're saying size matters, Jake is big, when for so long it's been Tank would kill Jake Paul. Now you get to see if that's real. Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Gotcha. Knockout?
One of them.
The elephant in the room. What do you know about how this came to be? And then if you can, do you have any idea on what the weight is going to be between Jake Paul and Tank Davis, which was just announced?
Well, considering that I'm one of the guys on the team, you know, we always like to allow everyone in front to be able to release the information as they please.
Veteran trainer Jeff Mayweather has taken a different stance from Nakisa and many other voices in the boxing world, siding with Jake Paul to secure the win. According to Jeff, the weight class favors Jake, since Paul has fought primarily at cruiserweight and brings natural size, power, and reach into the ring. On the other hand, Gervonta Davis is moving up significantly for this bout, raising doubts about whether his smaller frame can handle the jump. Jeff's prediction underscores a central debate among analysts. While Davis is widely regarded as one of the sport's most skilled and explosive fighters, the size gap may prove to be the deciding factor.
They have weight classes for a reason. And I mean, even as good as Tank is.
It'd be similar to Logan and Floyd, right, if it's an exhibition?
No,
well, I mean, the weight differences.
The weight difference is way more. Jake is over 200 pounds.
Logan was around 200 pounds.
Yeah, but
who wins a fight, man? We ain't talking, who wins if they have it? Come on now, answer the question.
I mean, to be honest, I would think Jake know how to fight a little bit. I think he should win. You beating a man that's 135 pounds.
Gervonta Davis sparked major buzz by posting the official promotional video on Instagram, catching fans off guard who had expected him to chase a rematch with Lamont Roach to settle unfinished business. Rather than taking that path, Davis chose the spectacle of a global showdown with Jake Paul. His post made it clear that modern boxing isn't only about legacy matchups. It's also about entertainment, marketability, and expanding the sport's reach. While purists may have preferred the Roach rematch, Davis showed he's unfazed by criticism, recognizing Jake Paul as a legitimate opponent in terms of worldwide influence. With this decision, Davis signaled that the fight is set to become one of the most watched events of the year.